Hello there, my name's Lloyd Evans and you're watching the John Cedars channel from the bunker, and in this video I want to share some news. Well, it's not really news, we've known about it now for just over a week. Nonetheless, I think this is really important and I want to make sure that as many of my viewers as possible, particularly those of you in the United Kingdom, are aware of this. I'm referring to the IICSA inquiry, IICSA standing for the Independent Inquiry into Child Sexual Abuse. This is, you could say, the United Kingdom's answer to the Australian Royal Commission in terms of exploring how institutions have been responsible for the proliferation of child sex abuse. As I've said on this channel, I've just been aghast at their, you could say, reticence so far up to this point. I remember being at the Reveal conference back in 2017 when it was announced that Jehovah's Witnesses wouldn't be included. And since then I've mentioned in videos and I've tried to make as much noise as possible about the fact that you simply do not have this sort of inquiry without looking into Jehovah's Witnesses, especially when you see so much evidence from around the world, including the findings of the Australian Royal Commission and all of the lawsuits, etc. There's so much evidence that there's a problem within Jehovah's Witnesses. How can you not include Jehovah's Witnesses in an inquiry into institutional responses to abuse? But thankfully, IICSA has, I'm delighted to say, included Jehovah's Witnesses along with a number of other religious institutions. So they've said organizations falling under the remit of this investigation will include non-conformist Christian denominations. I guess when they say non-conformist Christian denominations, they're saying religious denominations other than sort of the mainstream Anglican and Roman Catholic churches. And they've listed the Jehovah's Witnesses, Baptists, Methodists, Islam, Judaism, Sikhism, Hinduism, and Buddhism. The announcement goes on to say religious settings such as mosques, synagogues, churches, and temples are in scope. Places of faith tuition such as Muslim madrasas and Christian Sunday schools, and places where children and young people gather in connection with their religious beliefs, including youth groups and camps, will also be investigated by the inquiry. The next paragraph's interesting because it sounds as though one of the things that has brought them to this decision of including non-conformist Christian religions is the fact that so many survivors have already come forward. And I think that that speaks volumes about the bravery of these survivors. So it says more than 1 in 10 survivors, or 11%, of survivors of child sexual abuse who shared their accounts with the inquiry's Truth Project reported sexual abuse in a religious institution. So 11% of survivors coming forward have said, actually, this happened in a religious setting. Of this group, almost a quarter, 24%, told the inquiry they were abused in institutions in scope of this new investigation, including Jehovah's Witnesses, Baptists, Methodists, Judaism, and Islam. And I think, again, that speaks volumes about what can be achieved when child sex abuse survivors speak out. And having interviewed dozens by this point of child sex abuse survivors, both for this channel and for the Truth About the Truth documentary project that I'm working on, it's clear to me that speaking out is one of the most painful things for a child sex abuse survivor, even when they're doing it for the purpose of preventing it from happening again. You can just tell that it eats away at their soul a little bit to have to divulge publicly what was done to them. So I will always be filled with respect and admiration for those who go through that ordeal, you could say, for the purpose of making sure that future generations of young people are spared. And the main reason why I'm making this video, because this news has already been announced days ago, but I just want to make sure that if there's anyone watching this channel who can assist IICSA, and unfortunately I have to limit this, or IICSA is limiting this to UK citizens. I think specifically England and Wales, if I'm not mistaken, which is a shame. It would be great if all over the world this was given exactly the same scrutiny everywhere. But if it has to be on a country by country basis, then let's at least do what we can in cooperating. So if there are any viewers in the UK who are able to assist IICSA through their experience with the organisation, please go on the website. The number that's given is 0800 917 1000 to contact IICSA. I guess speak to someone at the inquiry, let them know what your particular interest or involvement is on this issue, and I guess they will be able to advise you of exactly how you can assist the inquiry, perhaps becoming a witness, perhaps becoming a co-participant. The more people step forward and share their stories, the more the inquiry will be able to have an impact and do its job and hold Watchtower accountable in the UK, hopefully just as we saw happen in the Australian Royal Commission. You could say this is ARC Part 2. That's how big potentially this is. So I'm very excited about this news. I do feel as though it's important that as many of you as possible who can assist with this inquiry, please do help them. That's pretty much everything I have to share. We will be covering this, by the way, for Watchtower in Focus as we receive more news. So especially once the inquiry is underway, if there is testimony for us to go over as a team, we're going to certainly go over it and share our insights. But for now, I just wanted to share the excellent news that IICSA is indeed bringing Jehovah's Witnesses under its remit. I hope you found this video useful. Please don't forget to subscribe to the John Cedars channel for more such videos. And as always, thank you for watching.